Dear students and parents, welcome to the TestprepKart channel. This video is going to be about the most difficult or the hardest IB subjects to score a 7. I will be covering all of the aspects with relation to statistical data available. The International Baccalaureate Diploma is not an easy course. That's established. However, it can be made easier by choosing the best combination of subjects based on their difficulty levels and your personal strengths. There are 4 main determining factors in the choice of your IB subjects. 1. Quality of tuition available. 2. Importance of further career options or importance of understanding your future career, personal strengths and preferences, and the difficulty levels. Obviously, the ideal subject choice is one that has the best teachers available in line with the student's future career choices and interests, and one where a 7 is achievable and not a distant dream. The IB aims to make subjects within groups equally challenging and vary the cutoffs accordingly. However, statistical trends suggest that this process is imperfect and there is a degree of variation regarding difficulty of subjects. For the purpose of this discussion, the difficulty of a subject will be gauged by how likely it is to achieve a 7 in the subject. In my analysis, or rather, according to the analysis of the TestprepKart channel, we focus on the percentage of students who achieve 7 in particular subjects, as well as discussion on grade boundaries. Overall, it is important to know that this is just one methodology of analyzing subject difficulty. For instance, it may be that a higher percentage of students receive 7s in chemistry rather than biology. However, this statistics may be distorted by the fact that students stronger in sciences tend to choose chemistry over biology. So it is purely your strengths, your gray areas, and what you find more challenging. So group 1, we start with language A1. For many students, there is little choice regarding which language A to choose, as they are only fluent in one language. It is not with us ESL people. However, for those who are bilingual and attend international schools, you may have an option. So I will be talking about the different languages and the grades achieved through. The greatest sample sizes with English A1 and Spanish A1. Given Australia and South America are the main countries taking the November exam, one thing is clear: either Spanish A1 students have, on average, weaker language ability, or Spanish A1 is significantly more difficult than English A1. Group 2, language B and A2. Group 2 has a much wider variety of languages to choose from. At first, it would appear that Mandarin B, SL and HL have the highest percentage of students scoring 7s. This can be misleading, as there are large proportion of students from Chinese background families that are born in Australia taking Mandarin B. Next, we have Spanish B, although the results of this may be skewed by students in South America taking the exam. That said, less than 8% of students in standard level achieve less than a 6, and only 4% achieved less than a 6 in HL. Nonetheless, 63% of students taking Spanish B, SL, achieved a 6 or a 7. French B appears to be the more difficult one, with a mean grade at 5.41 for SL and 5.35 for HL. One key reason for this is lack of French background students and families in Southern Hemisphere. However, comparing this to German BSL, the mean grade is 4.96. So what does this mean for you? What does this suggest? If You are of Chinese or Spanish background, choose Mandarin or Spanish, be respective. When deciding between French or German, it appears that French students at SL achieve higher grades than German students at SL. In the Southern Hemisphere, this is not skewed by family background basis. Group 3, individuals and societies. We can gauge a few key trends from the table, which you can go through in the document attached in the comments here. Economics appears to be the easiest subject to get a 7 in. It has the highest proportion of students achieving 7s in both SL and HL and has a particularly high mean grade. History, the other popular option, appears to be slightly difficult, with only 4% achieving 7s at SL and only 7% achieving 7s at HL. Philosophy has a high mean grade but a very low percentage of students scoring 7, suggesting that it may be easier to receive a decent mark but significantly harder to achieve an excellent mark. ITGs also has a very low percentage of students scoring 7s. Business and management has a fairly even spread of students achieving 4s, 5s and 6s, but with a much smaller percentage of students achieving 7s. In group 3 at least, one thing is crystal clear. The grade boundaries do not smooth out the bell curve. Group 4, or the experimental sciences. Group 4 is often controversial regarding difficulty of subjects. At a glance, it appears that design technology has the lowest percentage of students scoring 7s. It is difficult, however, to say that it is the most difficult because of the drastically smaller number of students taking the subject. Furthermore, it may be a subject chosen by students less competent at the sciences. Biology, chemistry and physics, however, have a much greater number of students. Go over the table attached. Physics is the easiest subject to score a 7 in, with 23% scoring 7s at SL, 30% at HL. Chemistry is midway, with 14% achieving 7 at SL, 26 achieving 7 at HL. Contrary to popular belief, biology is not the easiest of the three. A tiny 3% of students receive 7s at SL and a low 11% of students achieve 7s at HL. The mean grade also supports the difficulty ranking, which I just mentioned. Conceptually, physics may be difficult. However, it has a significantly high grade boundary than chemistry and biology. Although biology may have less problem solving, there is a substantially great amount of raw memorization that is required, and the IB likes to assess students on the minutest details. Chemistry may be comparatively easier conceptually than physics, but it has a higher grade boundary to compensate. Let me speak briefly about the SL versus the HL. The sciences are notorious for having the greatest leap in difficulty between SL and HL. Students who choose HL in sciences are typically fairly strong at mathematical and quantitative skills, and thus why there is a higher percentage of 7s in HL versus SL is resolved. Students struggling with sciences should not pick HL based subjects based on the above statistics which I just ran you through. Group 5 is the mathematics, and before we delve into the statistics, We strongly recommend choosing at least Math SL for students wishing to study a science, engineering, or commerce subject at university. Furthermore, mathematics is a prerequisite for many university courses and is an important skill for any quantitative career. Mathematics HL is definitely more difficult than Mathematics SL, which in turn is more difficult than studies. However, it is the case that in general students, weakest at math choose sciences. The stronger tend to choose SL, and majority of those choosing HL math are very strong at the subject. Given the small number of computer science students, it is difficult to accurately make claims on difficulty on this parameter. Group 6 is the arts. Students, you need to make note that group 6 subjects are optional. And there is the option to pick another subject from other groups. The most common choice is to choose another group for the science subject. Nonetheless, it is interesting to note that 0% of students achieved a 7 in film SL, and very few achieved a 7 in film HL. Music and theatre appear to have a higher percentage of students achieving 7s. So students, if you're more right-brained, more into arts, fine arts, go through this. Else, don't do the mistake of taking this. And then, talking about the extended essay, which subject is best to do the extended essay on? Based on the number of A's and B's. Group 1, 27.1% achieved an A, 40.3% a B. Group 2, 23.8% achieved an A and 20.9% achieved a B. Group 3, 14.8 and 28.1 respectively an A and B. Group 4, 23.6 achieved an A, 27.0 achieved a B. While for Group 5 subjects, 11.8% achieved an A, 27.0% achieved a B. Group 6, 27.4% achieved an A and 28.8% achieved a B. The groups that stand out are Group 3, individuals and societies, and Group 5, mathematics. It is also interesting to note that very few students choose to do their extended essays in a language B. Imagine writing 4,000 words in a second language. And mathematics, a very high degree of mathematical ability is required to write a quality essay. Group 6 also has a smaller number of candidates. Now, the overall verdict. It is probably best to choose Group 1, Group 3, or Group 4. So in this, we've discussed the individual subjects, and it would be interesting to see what percentage of students achieve particular overall scores. To get above 40 overall, you need to be in the top 10%. To get a 45, you need to be in the top 1.10%. I have attached tables with the relevant statistics for your deeper analysis. Do go over that and leave us comments in the comment section in case you have any further doubts or clarifications. Do get in touch with the TestprepKart channel. Thank you.